Okay, moving along in Math for Trades, we're on page 107 and 108, and this is dealing with healthcare. And one of the things I want to bring up about this is, again, we are going to be using proportions here. All right, so they don't go away. It's something that is very, very important for you to understand. So, nurses and other health professionals use math when prescribing and administering medicine. When you are getting a certain drug for maybe strep throat or something like that, the doctor will determine how much medicine you need based on your age and based on your weight, because they don't want to give the same amount of medicine to somebody that weighs 100 pounds as they do to somebody that weighs 200 pounds. That would give them twice as much as their body needs. So you have to use proportions in order to determine how much you need. All right, so this particular drug, in example 1, comes in, let me get my little highlighter out, comes in an 8 milligram per 1 milliliter solution. You do not have to understand milligrams and milliliters in order to figure this out. All you need to know is that we have a bottle. Let me see if I can draw some kind of a bottle here, or a jar. Okay, we've got a jar here, and it has, that's supposed to be a liquid, it has a 1 milliliter amount in it. So up to this line is 1 milliliter. It's kind of like measuring gallons or ounces. You know, it's the amount of liquid in a container, a milliliter is. And we're going to, and this says that this particular drug comes in an 8 milligram per 1 milliliter solution. So there is a certain number of, I'm going to color the 8 milligrams here. We put that in that solution, so it takes up a little bit of the room there. So this is the 8 milligram. It comes in a 8 milligram solution. The word per always means line. That means we're going to put a line here, and we're going to put the number in front of the per on top, and the number after the per on bottom. Always. Makes it real easy to do. 8 per 1. Okay? So that's the ratio. Now we're going to put an equal sign. And what are they asking for? How many milliliters? So what we're looking for is the bottom. We don't know that, so I'll put an N there. How many milliliters should be injected to provide a 20 milligram dose? Now again, you can write this equation very, very simply just by reading the problem and following step by step what they're doing. Comes in an 8 milligram per 1 milliliter. Okay, there's my ratio there. I put an equal sign. And the next one says, how many milliliters? So I know that milliliters is on the bottom here, it's on the bottom there, and this is what we're looking for, so we're going to put the letter N there because we know it's a number, but we don't know what that number is, to provide a 20 milligram dose. And again, I know which numbers to put on top and bottom because this is milligrams, this is milligrams, this is milliliters, this is milliliters. Now I'm going to do my handy dandy cross multiplication here. Let me move this out of my way. So I take 8 times n, cross multiply, equals 20 times 1, and 8, n equals 20, because 20 times 1 is 20. And now remember, I just take this number in front of my n, move it down here, and make it go away. So n equals 20 divided by 8, or 2.5 milliliters. And it's always good to put the unit on there so you know what 2.5 represents. And that's it. So I should be putting 2.5 milliliters should be injected to provide a 20 milligram dose. Okay, so I've got to put 2.5 milliliters of a solution in there in order to get my 20 milligrams. So what I've got here is my container again. If I'm doing it in this ratio, in this container, I've got 20 milligrams that I want to put into this patient through a shot. So this is going to be 20. And how much of this is there? Well, I just found out 2.5 milliliters. So I've got to give them this much stuff in order for them to actually get the 20 milligrams of the medicine that I want them to have. And as you look at example 2 at the bottom of page 107, we're going to skip that. So we're only going to do the first example, and then the next video is the practice, and it will go over some of the practice problems.